Hello, media consumer. I am talking about this whole situation at ESPN with the NBA coverage because it's a hot topic right now. It's been written up in The Athletic by Andrew Marchand. It's been written up in Sports Media Watch by John Lewis. And much of the focus is on how the coverage has become chaotic and not really anchored around the game and making you feel really good about the game. Now, why has this happened? I would relate it back to a theory of mine that the ambassador, the most successful ambassador of the company, becomes the model. Now, we saw that with Nike and Michael Jordan. Why did they miss on Steph Curry? I think one of the main reasons is that they were looking for an athletic swingman, and that is their model. That's what we do. We have an athletic swingman. This is the basis of success. Now, at ESPN, the successful guy is Stephen A. Smith. Now, how did he become successful? It's through these debate shows. He is the man on debate shows. Now, the executive who has risen alongside Smith is one David Roberts. He is the guy making these decisions when it comes to the NBA games and everything you see. David Roberts was with Stephen A. when he was in the muck of the New York radio division, and boy, it's just been great for David Roberts, and I'm sure he's been very helpful to Stephen A., who is a super talent. But now what you're seeing, as mentioned by John Lewis, is this situation where Stephen A. Smith is front and center, and Game 7 coverage of the Knicks and Pacers is completely revolving around Smith's Knicks fandom and this bombast that he has. And David Roberts is loyal to Stephen A., so that makes a lot of sense. And David Roberts knows what works on a debate show, and this is probably worth a lot of engagement. But that's not how you really show the importance of a game. And I think fans have a sense of fair play, if you will, that we want to hear about the Pacers and the Knicks, who lost, incidentally. So right now, the situation isn't just that. It's not just that it is conveyed with the bombast of a debate show, but it's that conflict in the background that you're seeing. Roberts is reputed to be a very temperamental, erratic guy, persistent. Everybody has their qualities. Everybody has their advantages that allow them to rise to a certain level. But Roberts is so often reshuffling the deck. There have been so many firings. If you really track their announcing teams, boy, has it looked different through the last year or so. And most notably, the firing of Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. And now there's been this replacement where there was Doc Rivers brought in, but they didn't really make sure that Doc Rivers was locked in. Then he left to coach the Milwaukee Bucks. Now they have J.J. Redick, and the rumors are all that he's going to go coach the Los Angeles Lakers. So it's chaotic. It's turbulent. Here's what I think. I think that you can't really build this in the way that you build a debate show. I don't think that you can just have so much conflict behind the scenes. The problem is that they got here through conflict. In 2021, there was a woman named Stephanie Truly who was in charge of such decisions. Now, why did she lose her job? Well, you had this huge imbroglio, dust up, whatever you want to call it, between Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor. Rachel Nichols was secretly recorded by an employee having a private conversation with a friend, chafing at being displaced from the NBA Finals due to diversity concerns, which those were very prominent back in 2021 at that particular time. Nichols didn't like it. She was talking privately with a friend, but the aftermath of it was that Maria Taylor appeared to be quite unhappy. So Truly was vested with mediating the situation. It was not mediated. What happened in the end is that Rachel Nichols was out and Maria Taylor went to NBC. So into that void comes David Roberts because he's got a strong vision and he's got these firm alliances. What has happened, though, is more chaos. The chaos that might work on a debate show where, hey, maybe we tried this personality. Maybe that didn't work. We shuffle them out. As long as we have Stephen A., the anchor and the model, we're going to be good. And maybe, just maybe, we can funnel whatever's happening with how we're showing the game into the debate shows because our model is our debate show superstar. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked. People want something, I don't know, a little bit more sacred, a little bit more like those old NBA on NBC presentations with Marv Albert and Bob Costas. So that's the mandate for ESPN. They need to figure out a way to make the NBA seem a lot less like First Take. Thanks, everybody.